Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2. As I was saying, this is a good example of how to handle the multi-rocket launchers before Genshin. At the start, when the first one spawns, use your joystick to direct your incendiary shurikens at him. Then another one will spawn and aim it just in the opposite direction, and Ryu will auto-aim and stick the other one, and then roll jump, dash jump, and then stick the third one, and then guillotine throw the rest to delim them. And if you get lucky and the one spawns next to the wall like you did here, you can have them all delimbed, and you'll only have to deal with one at a time. And dealing with these one at a time, is a very different story to having to deal with 5 at a time. This wave can quite easily kill you if you're dealing with 5 all at once. For Genshin, this first one is not the strategy you want to use. It's been a very long time since I played with the Scythe, or, fought Genshin. So using the Scythe, I was a bit rusty. I was just doing the, like every other... You always want to still use the every other strategy, but the combo I use is Y. But you can do a lot more damage if you just do the first hit of the Y combo, and then just keep stalling that. You'll see that in the second Genshin fight, I use that strategy, and it's a lot better, because it's a lot safer. There's no chance of him, coming out of it all of a sudden and hitting you. Obviously use your Ninpo on this to get rid of the mages. The first Genshin is easily the hardest because of his mages. But there again, as I said, using the Y combo is not very good because Genshin can just teleport out of it and hit you if he really wants to. So, use the first hit of the Y and then just, wait for a split second and then just keep doing it, like, kind of pulse it in, and you'll get, like, you can sometimes get 5 hits of that on him, and that will do as much, if not more, damage than the whole combo on him, and it's a lot safer. So, use that for Genshin. But as I said, you'll see that in the next video. You'll see that in the second Genshin fight. I lose my multiplier here, which is pretty much the only way this run could be improved, I think. I get a very, very cooperative AI up to this point with giving me green essence. I get a lot of UTs and a lot of OT points. I really think doing Genshin with just a 5 times multiplier is the only real way this could be improved. So, but again, fighting mages with the Scythe without Ninpo on Genshin is probably one of the hardest things to do because, there's no real surefire strategy. If they want to kill you, they will. Because, the only safe things you've got are in-air combos, because a lot of the Scythe's ground combos have got a big delay before you can start them. So, use the guillotine throw, obviously, that's a great move to spam. The XXY, sorry, in air is a great move to use, because it can damage Genshin as well, but it has got a risk attached to it, because obviously he can flying swallow you out of it whenever he wants. I abandoned killing the mages here. Genshin was on really low health, and I was in good shape for health, so I just went to kill him here with the in-air XYY. XXY, again, I got that wrong. Don't use that, exclusively, and that was really annoying. Out of habit, I dashed after getting hit, and I just dashed right back into the fire, so that was pretty stupid. So, but yeah, generally speaking, you don't want to be that reckless, but, I just hate getting killed by Genshin and the mages, because they're just such a cheap combination of enemies when you've got a weapon like the Scythe. Okay, starting the warrior round, same again, just get your combo up. You have to be a bit more cautious in this round, obviously, but with the Scythe, this UT being still extremely deadly against, every single enemy, I'm still pretty reckless. I only really stopped being cautious after the second round for the Scythe. And obviously I want to try, I'd like to get my Ninpo back here, but, getting the multiplier back is more important, because there's only one wave of mages with Genshin, and killing Genshin with the Scythe is probably the best weapon to kill him with. I'd say the Scythe or Claws is probably the best weapon to take out Genshin. I want to take a little bit of time to talk about the items in survival. I got a message on YouTube about the end. You get a grain at the end, and someone sent me a message about, is there any way to get items in survival? And the answer is no, unfortunately. But that grain you'll get at the end of the round is the only way to get items. So if anyone ever says about having items in survival, it's either a mod or cheat or anything like that. So unfortunately there is no way to get items in survival apart from those grains. So those grains should be your last resort. They should be the very last thing you use for health. Always try and manipulate enemies and concentrate on the enemies to give you health. The most common enemies to give health are the mages. Mages quite commonly give health orbs, especially the Fiend mages. They give really, really good health orbs. If you're on low health, the Resetsu tends to give health orbs out quite regularly. Again, for this wave, just use the combination of the regular and rotate Ys, because the UTs, because this is the wave that you really want to try and get a lot of points out of. And what else was I saying? Oh yeah, Fiend dogs as well, on low health, they tend to give health orbs quite regularly. Obviously there's a bit of a trade-off with fighting Fiend dogs at low health, but they do give quite big health orbs, so all it'll take is 2 or 3 of them to give you a health orb, and you'll be you'll be at least over 60 or 70% health. But that's about it as far as I can think of for enemies giving you health orbs. Zombies do sometimes, it's sometimes a bit kind of hit and miss with them. Sometimes they're very unreliable, sometimes they will give you health, but you know, the enemies I just mentioned are the most likely enemies to give out health orbs. And again, for this wave, this should be like a refiller where you view it as a refiller wave to get your green essence back. If you're in really good shape for green essence and you're not doing very good on health, obviously try and get some health out of it. But the werewolves can be very, very dangerous. Like they look to like surprise you with their like pouncing moves and their grapples and everything. And even on the lower waves, you know, they still do quite a bit of damage, and you know, like throwing body parts at you as well. Like none of their attacks really, you know, don't do a lot of damage. Like they are a pretty powerful enemy. And here I've got no essence of chain, so I swap it to my incendiaries. And because the werewolves have got a very long dying animation, no matter what you do to them, so you've got more than enough time to charge for UT, and obviously take advantage of an incendiary and a de-limbed enemy will always be an instant kill. Now I've got plenty of green essence, so I'm not going to bother absorbing that. I'm going to use it for UTs. This wave as well, it's a great idea to try and stagger some essence. If you can, you know, get 2 essence out and then kill a ninja with in air XXY, and then obviously you can stagger your essence, which is great. The rotate Y UT is not a very good one to use on here because the Gargers aren't very aggressive. The ninjas are, but the Gargers aren't very aggressive, so you can sometimes kill only one enemy with a UT. And especially with a weapon like the Scythe, with its UT being so powerful, your aim should always be to kill at least 2 enemies with a UT, so you can carry on chaining UTs. Well, again, use Windmill Shuriken when you can. I got my Nimpa Wall back here, which is great. You know, it's always great when you get a Nimpa Wall for Genshin, because on the subsequent rounds, you can just, you know, stick on Inferno Nimpo straight away, kill all his health, and then all you got to worry about is Genshin. That move right there is the towards X combo I was talking about earlier. That's just the basic combo with towards X followed by numerous X presses. I can't remember how many it is off the top of my head. But that is a really good move to use, and it can bunch up a lot of things as well. You can kind of catch more than one enemy with it in that. Obviously for the Resetsu, I'm not going to be as reckless as I was last time, so I want to get that health orb and absorb the green. And I'm just going to focus on the in-air XY to take out the Resetsu, because I'm in good shape with the green essence, you know. I'm in no hurry, I haven't got to kill him in like less than 3 seconds or anything stupid like that. So I can just take my time and take him out carefully. Obviously try and get some more points on the Gargers. And one thing I do find really annoying about survival is you don't get a UT bonus if your UT hits the Resetsu first in this round, in this wave, which I find really annoying. If you hit a Garger first with your UT, you know, you'll get the 25,000 or however many thousand UT bonus. If you hit the Resetsu with it, you know, you won't get that bonus, which is quite frustrating. Now for the Pillbugs, again, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last video, but the Sky's got a better move than the Windmill Shuriken technique. Windmill Shuriken technique is good, but the main downside to it is that it takes quite a lot of time to kill them with Windmill Shuriken. You bunch them up with the Scythe, you can use the Windmill Shuriken, throw it a few times, obviously wait for your combo to go to 0 because you want to try and get some supply, you're going to help out of this. And then just use the 4Y combo, and the final 2 hits, like the sweeping attacks, have got an insane amount of rage, and they'll like kill a lot of the Pillbugs off instantly. And there, as you can see, you know, I got a lot of health out of that, so it was well worth it. Now I charge up a regular UT here. Sometimes I get a feeling of whether a regular UT or a rotate Y UT is going to be the better thing to do. But generally speaking, you know, a rotate Y UT is better. But and then obviously listen to their, you know, audio cues. I get a Nimpa Warp here, and that's really lucky. You know, you definitely don't want to risk wasting that. You could use it for a UT, but if that UT gets interrupted, you know, you won't do anything. Whereas if you use an Inferno Nimpo, you're guaranteed to kill at least 3 of the dogs, and the splash damage on the Nimpo is really good as well. So, you know, I would say always use that for Inferno Nimpo on dogs, because it's better to have a guaranteed kill of 3 enemies than, you know, hope for a UT to kill more. And even if it doesn't kill them as well, obviously it will significantly weaken them. I can't, off the top of my head, ever remember a fiend dog surviving, you know, a level 3 Inferno Nimpo, no matter what difficulty. So, you know, as far as I know, that is always an instant kill on them. That's going to do it for part 2, and I'll see you back in part 3.